Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 2 in the NFL preseason right now with SBR contributor Jordan Sharp, and we're going to cover the big, pretty high-profile Monday night preseason exhibition game between Cleveland and Washington. Jordan Sharp, thanks for being with us.
Pete, as always, it's good to talk to you.
All right, this is kind of a big game. Jordan, did you know that? Have you been reading about what Cleveland's preseason game ratings have been? They're like, they're getting huge ratings for preseason games.
I mean, when you have a guy who's never played a real NFL game, who's #1 in jersey sales, I mean, it tends to lead towards the TV ratings probably being pretty higher too. But yeah, this off season has been incredible, and I think everybody in Cleveland and outside of Cleveland's kind of wishing the Browns would just give up on Brian Hoyer already and just throw the kid out there and see what he's got. But I think according to some of these reports I've been reading, we will get to see some Johnny Manziel with the starting Cleveland Browns here. So it's going to be a very interesting game, to say the least.
For sure, and Manziel has been looking good so far in his limited action. Cleveland did lose their opening game by 1 point, and that one the line movement was very important because they pushed on their opening line, lost on the closing line, and it also went under, and Washington blasted New England, another game that went way under the total. So here we have Cleveland plus 2.5, and the total's 40.5. I already previewed this game with one handicapper. I said at that time it was a Cleveland plus 2 and 41. I said I like Cleveland plus 2 and under 41. He agreed. Those were he liked both of those picks and gave both of them in the video. Now it's Cleveland plus 2.5, under 40.5. I'm still liking both of those. What do you think, Jordan Sharp?
I think the under could be a pretty good play, but I'm actually going to go against you guys here. Really? I think the Redskins are going to be where it's at. Here, let me just explain myself, because we've already heard from Coach Pettin that he's going to play his starters, or at least he says he's going to play his starters for pretty much the first half. But he also mentioned that he's going to mix in some Brian Hoyer with some Johnny Manziel with the starters. And they believe Hoyer's going to get the start, but I think he said he's going to switch in Manziel some to play with the starters here. I think that actually may go against the Cleveland Browns here in this game just a little bit. I don't think that going against the Washington Redskins, especially against that first-string defense, which I'm pretty bullish on this season. I think the Redskins defense is going to be a little bit better than what people are projecting. And even though they probably won't be in the game that long, I think the Browns playing around with their quarterbacks are going to be a little more interested on running certain types of plays, maybe that aren't so situational in winning the game, but are more towards getting a look at what those guys look at. Of course, Hoyer's coming off of an ACL injury. You got to get him in some situations where you got to take a look at that knee and how it's going to respond. Of course, you want to get a look at Johnny Manziel. I just don't think that's going to be very conclusive to them winning this football game, and that's why I think the Skins here at -2, -2.5. They're even down to -1 in a few books here if you shop around a little bit. So I think Washington may actually be the play here. Here's why. Obviously, I think RG3 in this offense under Jay Gruden is going to be looking very good this year. And after him, they, of course, have Kirk Cousins coming in the game, who's almost, if not a starting quarterback caliber player in this league, and is going to come in against backups and has proven time and again that he can be successful in these type of situations. I just think the Browns are going to be meddling around, playing a little bit too much of the evaluator role instead of the winning role. And the Washington Redskins, I think, might be able to sneak in and get the win here.
The recent line movement does agree with that. The early movement was in favor of Cleveland, but now the line is up to a -2.5 at Pinnacle, and that's pretty significant movement. We'll see where this line closes. As of now, Jordan Sharp recommending a play on Washington, currently -2.5. Thanks so much, Jordan.